Hello and welcome back to the Speedrun podcast, where I don't have a witty intro because I'm recording this from a hotel room.
Why are you in a hotel room?
And why is this the second time we're recording this? Thanks, Audacity. So I'm using my laptop for this today, and I'm in a hotel room because my house nearly flooded, and there was all sorts of pipe stuff. So it's 2020. This is the closest thing to a vacation I'm getting. I have the entire swimming pool booked off for an hour downstairs, since that's what we have to do in these funky mode times.
Very nice.
I've been walking a lot. This place
You've been walking a lot. I've been walking a lot too. I just got a new Apple Watch. I've been closing my rings. It's been really nice.
By the way, before I forget, I'm Jamie, as always.
And I'm Jazzie, as always.
Yeah, this place has rooftop gardens. It has, some Japanese-style gardens downstairs. I would not normally be able to afford a place like this, but it is cheap right now. The hotel name is Redacted.
Oh, man, I love Redacted Hotel.
Oh, let me tell you, if you really want the best place to stay and city name here, then definitely take a gander at Redacted.
If you want a discount, you can call it my buddy Redacted for a slick discount.
Yeah, and if you want, I was going to make some sort of witty joke about room service. They don't have that, but they do have a really great cafe downstairs that actually sells bagel and loxes that are just like my grandmother used to make.
Ooh.
Yes.
I love me some bagels.
Bagel.
So we've both been exercising a lot lately. That is good, especially in these funky mode times.
Mm-hmm. In these trying times.
In these trying times. Being in Cleveland, Ohio, the weather is always unpredictable. And on the days where it's not, I found that firing up good old Wii Sports is actually a great way to get my walking in. Just turning on free run and just letting it do its thing is actually really fun. And I didn't think I'd be revisiting the Wii in 2020, but here we are.
Here we are. I think I really love the Wii. I've been playing it a lot. I say this my PS5 finally didn't come in the mail today.
Congrats.
Which is lovely. Or in the mail. Came in at Epic Games and More in Victoria, BC, a store name that I won't redact because
plug in.
I like that store a lot. They sponsored my charity event last year. What can I say? But this had me thinking about fitness games because I've been revisiting Wii Sports a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Wii Sports is great, especially Wii Sports Resort. Not a game that exactly gets me fit, but one that definitely has a fitness theme.
Absolutely. Wii Sports, especially tennis, absolutely helps me work up sweat. Bowling too is pretty good if you do it for long enough.
Absolutely. So I'm going to go ahead and finally start the timer as we decide what is the best fitness video game. Would you like to start?
I would. I want to throw some options into the pot for us to kind of pull apart and dissect. And those are DDR, Beat Saber, Wii Fit, Wii Sports and Sports Resort, and Ring Fit Adventure. Those are the five that I want to throw in there. I currently do not have a Switch, so I cannot speak to Ring Fit. However, out of those games, I think the most fun for me is going to have to be Beat Saber, just because playing that in VR is way too much fun, and it's the game that I got a Vive just to play along that in Star Citizen, because yes, I did buy into a pledge for Star Citizen because I have more money than sense. But Beat Saber gets me so this sounds so wrong, but it gets me so sweaty.
It gets my knees weak, my breathing heavy.
Mom spaghetti. And it sucks because there's this foam thing that goes against your face and it gets gross and sweaty and you have to replace it because it's right up against your skin. But all that aside, it is such a fun game and is such a good way to work out. There are modes where you can actually see calories burnt and everything. But if you don't want to feel like you just got done running a triathlon, and you have a CRT television, DDR is also really good. Specifically a CRT because there's no input lag, and playing any rhythm game with any amount of input lag is just it's just like a lesson in futility. It's so futile. I couldn't even find the words for it. I'm going to leave that in the editing process.
Fair. So for funnily enough, all 5 of the games you mentioned were games I was going to mention, except for DDR. Like, it just now hit me that DDR is kind of a fitness game.
It totally is.
I have stories with most of the games you've just mentioned that I can go over super quick, as we tend to on the Speedrun podcast.
Yes, any chance to bring up DDR, I will happily talk about, as I am a millennial, a child of the 90s and mid 2000s. So absolutely go off.
All right. Do you want me to start from the most depressing story or the funniest story?
Hit me with most depressing and then bring me back up with funniest.
All right. Start with DDR. So I used to live near Houston, Texas. If you've been following my YouTube stuff for a while, y'all know I used to actually do like vlog style videos around there of me shopping for old video games and going to flea markets and stuff.
That is depressing.
But there's this really lovely arcade in Houston called the Game Preserve. The owners are great. You know it's a good place when one of the co-owners drives a frickin' DeLorean.
Oh, nice.
So they have a DDR machine there, and I was like, I was talking about my sister, and she was like, you know what? I'm going to take my niece and nephew to, her kids, my niece and nephew, to the arcade. They were like 3 and 5 at the time. My nephew decides to play on the DDR machine.
Oh no.
He does. Poor little 3-year-old doesn't have that coordination. He slips and falls, and it just was so sad. And I think he's afraid of DDR machines now.
Oh no. Oh, that's such a bummer.
Yeah, poor kid.
Oh no. What's the funniest story?
All right, so funniest one. Well, okay, here's a sweet one after this. We were talking about Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort and like Wii Fit. I consider all of those under one banner, like all of those and plus like Wii Fit Plus and the Wii Play games. That's all just the Wii series, and also Wii Music, but that's an abomination.
We don't talk about Wii Music.
Yeah, like Wii Music, more like war crimes. But
there's a bleep.
But whenever Elliot and I want to play something and we don't know what to play, our go-to game to play together is 100-pin bowling and Wii Sports Resort. Regular Wii Sports bowling will do, but so I just want it out there now. Some of my fondest memories with my fiance of our game nights together is us getting bored, drinking smoothies out of those crystal goblets my grandmother gave us for our engagement.
Nice.
And playing 100-pin Wii Sports Resort bowling.
You know, I've never played Wii Sports Resort, and that makes me want to rush out to my local web browser and pick that up.
Oh, it's lovely, and it's like a $2 game nowadays. That said,
dang.
The best... Beat Saber's great. I played I don't have a VR headset, but my friend Nick, who, funny enough, owns the game store I mentioned earlier, at his New Year's Eve party, you can put custom songs in the PC version. And so at midnight, he did Gangnam Style in 2020.
Oh my god!
In Beat Saber.
You better believe all my custom songs are My Chemical Romance.
Mine, other ones I like to do are just meme songs. But my favorite game we've mentioned, I think it's the best. I would argue it's the best fitness game. It's one I don't own since everywhere sold out. Is Ring Fit.
Mm-hmm.
I actually got to play it at... There's currently only 2 Toys R Us in the States. One's in New York, I think, and the other is in the Galleria in Houston. I was down there last Christmas when they opened it.
Mm-hmm.
They have a literal theater room that Nintendo of America had reps there. They had a Switch set up. I was there with some YouTuber friends. Hi, G, I hope you're listening. And, guess who won a bunch of Nintendo merch just by doing a bunch of squats in Ring Fit?
That would be you.
Yeah, the game itself is brilliant, by the way. I love the battles. I love all the mini games. But there's a squats mini game in particular that was a really good workout. And also, I'm mildly biased because it won me like Pokemon posters and like some Nintendo Switch
swag.
Yeah, like some Nintendo Switch swag. You know, not expensive stuff, but like a T-shirt and like a lanyard and stuff.
Yeah,
it was very cool. I love Ring Fit.
Very cool.
All right, you go on, since I know I've dominated this for the past 3 and some minutes.
No, it's okay. I feel like I dominated this conversation. But I feel like all those are really good choices if you're looking to be responsible and stay inside and stay fit and everything. Going back to the Apple Watch, I found that wearing that while doing any of those games is really, really fun and rewarding. As I was doing that with Wii Fit the other day, and I closed the Move Ring,
nice.
which is the red outermost, like the stepping one. So that was really fun. It's amazing how cheap you can find the Wii Series games for.
Now you don't have to edit out the yawn. You're just plugging our new favorite Pokemon game, Pokemon Sleep.
Pokemon Sleep. Good lord. But yeah, so kind of like on like a tiered budget, you can find the Wii games for like really cheap, and then the Balance Board for maybe a little bit more than cheap, but still pretty cheap relatively. And then in like the mid tier, this is assuming you already have a Wii and a PS2. In my opinion, the Ps2 Ddr games are the best ones. And that's also if you have a CRT television or a TV with low enough latency to where it isn't quite literally unplayable. And then in the highest tier, if you are one of the 2 people that has disposable income in this pandemic or already has a VR headset, Beat Saber is absolutely the way to go. Plus, I'm just saying, they just released a BTS music pack.
Ooh.
And I'm not saying that I love BTS, but I love BTS.
Jazzie is a K-pop stan, confirmed.
It's true. It's true. So yeah, that's all I got. What's the timer looking like?
We have a minute left. So what I'm saying is that all of these are great games. My favorite is Ring Fit. Which one of those is your favorite?
Beat Saber.
Beat Saber is a good. I definitely know what I think the worst sports game is.
What's that?
If I remember right, I think it was called something like Deca Sports, I think that's what it was on the Wii. Like one of those Wii Sports knockoffs that was just trying to cash in like within the first year.
Yeah, and it had like all the peripherals that clicked onto the Wiimote, and it was just more plastic crap in the house.
I think it was called Deca Sports. It was awful. Awful.
It was very not good.
So
it's funny, I got that for Christmas one year, and I was playing it, and my mom was like, "This game isn't good." And I was just like, "Yeah, you're right, Mom." And she's like, "I'm going to go back to Target." And I was like, "Mom, I'm sorry." And she was like, "No, I can see it, and I'm not a gamer." I was just like, "Oh, Mom."
I had a similar experience, but it wasn't with a sports game. When I first got my Wii, I think it was either for Christmas or my birthday, like within a year after launch, right? I think it was for my birthday. And I got, of course it came with Wii Sports, but the only other game I had for it was Sonic and the Secret Rings.
Oh, I am so sorry.
Which means basically the only game I had for a few months was Sonic and the Secret Rings, because whenever I popped that in, like if my mom saw me playing it, she'd be like, "Well, honey," she's like, "Don't you have better Sonic games?"
Oh, that was the only game available to me on the Wii in the hospital when I was in the hospital. I was like, "Can we get some Wii Sports?" And the nurse was just like, "We lost the disc." I was like, "How do you lose the disc?"
How do you lose the disc?
Anyways, I've been Jazzie.
And I've been Jamie. Thank you for listening to the Speedrun Podcast. Now, not just on Podbean, but also you find it via the Stuff We Playtreon. Get episodes a week early on Patreon. The Stuff We Play Discord, soon to be Apple Podcasts and Spotify and all those good things. Maybe even Stitcher. I'm trying to get it on Stitcher as well on my fiance's request.
If you use Winamp like me, like a cool kid, you can get it on Winamp.
Yes. And you can find it direct at speedrun.podbean.com. This is, of course, part of Stuff We Play. I wonder if I should start saying that at the end of every episode. But yeah, anything else?
That's it. That's all I got.
That's what I got. So remember, with that, thank you very much for watching, or very much for listening, I should say. Stay classy, stay safe, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.